So Ninja Gaiden 4 is basically the series coming back after being dormant for a while, and this time it's a collaboration between Team Ninja and Platinum Games. The game takes place in a futuristic Tokyo that's covered in this toxic miasma, and you play as a new character named Yakumo, who's a young ninja dealing with an ancient evil that's been brought back. The combat is the main focus here, and it moves incredibly fast and feels excellent. You have your basic attacks, but the core mechanic is this Blood Raven transformation. When you're in this form, your weapon changes and you get access to strong attacks that can break through enemy defenses. There's a gauge that fills up as you fight, and you need to manage when to use this transformation, because it drains over time. The game also brings back classic moves from older Ninja Gaiden games like the Isuna drop, which is basically an air grab where you spike enemies into the ground, and Flying Swallow, which is a jumping sword attack. The blocking and parrying system is pretty important. Some enemies have red power attacks that will break your guard if you're in normal form, so you have to either dodge them or counter them with Blood Raven attacks. As you kill enemies, they drop Blood Essence Orbs, which is your main way of recovering health during fights. There's also a Berserk state that builds up through combat, and when it peaks you can trigger a Bloodbath kill that wipes out all nearby enemies. The game has a skill tree where you spend ninja coins to unlock new moves and abilities. Some of these feel like they should have been available from the start, but the game locks them behind purchases to teach you gradually. Things like enemy step, additional parry options, wind run for faster movement, and various combo extensions all need to be bought. You also get different weapons as you progress. The camera control is something the game struggles with. The lock-on system exists, but it's not very good when you are fighting multiple enemies, so a lot of players find it better to just free aim and manually adjust the camera, especially since enemies come at you from all directions. The game wants you to constantly switch targets and keep moving, which works better without lock-on, even though it does take some time getting used to. The game has these optional challenge areas called Purgatory. These are basically red gateways that you can enter. They throw waves of enemies at you with modifiers like reduced health or increased damage, and if you complete them you get extra rewards. The game structure is mission-based. You accept missions from a database and complete objectives while fighting through levels. There's a bird character who shows up to sell you items and let you access the shop, which is where you heal and buy consumables. The levels are pretty linear with some side paths for collectibles. The yellow paint marks where you need to go for the main path, and the game has platforming sections. Now, difficulty-wise, the game is genuinely hard even on normal mode. The game's hard mode is brutal, especially with how much damage ranged enemies do. The performance on PC is solid if you can get it running. Some people had issues where the game wouldn't boot on certain Windows versions, specifically needing the 24H2 update. Once it's working, it runs at a high frame rate consistently. The game's story is minimal and doesn't seem to be the focus. Characters talk between missions, but it's mostly set up for the next combat encounter. The voice acting is available in both English and Japanese, so it's a very fast action game that requires quick reactions and managing multiple systems. The combat depth is definitely there if you want to master it. The animations are mostly satisfying as heck, and the learning curve can be steep, especially with how many mechanics it throws at you. But if you're into challenging action games that demand precision and don't hold your hand, this delivers on that front. The collaboration between Team Ninja and Platinum Games shows, as the game focuses heavily on weighty combat with flashy, over-the-top action. And that sentence concludes today's video. If your time was respected, a like or comment is very much appreciated.